Hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. Let us kickstart our seminar. Before I start, let me share the QR code for you. Please paste the QR code. Register your attendance. Welcome to our seminar. Great to see you all. Can you hear me well? Let us kickstart our seminar. Cool, excellent, great to see you all. So let me share our presentation today. We will kickstart the seminar. Welcome to Seminar 1. We have amazing snow in Norwich. Enjoy the snow. Spend some time outdoors. If you are in Norwich, play with the snow. Do a snowman or do some snowballs. Play with your friends. Make the most fun of it. Here's our agenda. I'll be covering creating your own assets and creative challenges today. So let's kickstart the first part, mini workshop on your asset creation. You need to create your own assets, and I will help you to do that in this module. Why do you need that? Why? Because the reasons are here. The industrial era is over, jobs are in decline, career ladder is broken, there is too much change and disruption. That's why you cannot trust institutions, you cannot trust companies. You need to take ownership of your career and of your own future. That means you need to think and act like an entrepreneur, act like an artist. That means you need to start creating your own creative assets. You need to learn about personal finance, money. But you need to also start generating streams of passive income. The best way to do it is to create new, fresh, original work on the internet. In this way, you will invest in your personal brand. You will create your own path to financial freedom, and you will learn a lot. You will inspire yourself. So here's a puzzle. He was a lawyer. He is a full-time lawyer, okay? He started staying up late between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. every night. And he started writing mystery novels during every night. He finished writing a book every 6 months using this method. He was typing up every night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Using this method, he published more than 40 books in 20 years. So he's one of the best authors in mystery novels and thrillers. Who is he? And you can see the answer, David Baldacci.
My wife likes to tell people that he looks very nice. He's a very nice guy. He's a very calm guy. But he has a dark side to him. As a thriller writer, my job is to look out to the real world, see the problem side. I create the problems, then during the course of the novel, I solve them. You don't want the reader to sort of settle back and be really comfortable and like drifting through these pages. You want to grab them by the throat right from the get-go and hurtle them through the next 450 pages. I wanted to get into the weeds with all of you about how I go about my craft. Great characters, how do you come up with them? How do you pace a story so that people can't stop turning the pages? All the things that go into making a successful writing career, I've tried to deliver to you during this master class. I was a lawyer when I first started writing my first novel. I would spend time with my family. They would go off to bed, and around 10 o'clock, I would go downstairs and I would write till 2 in the morning every day, 7 days a week. And I did that for years. If you want to be creative writing stories, you have to be very creative finding the time to write those stories. Research for me is critical. This binder is my nuke binder. The section I'm going to read to you is about 2.5 pages long, 2.5 pages versus this. Do this. Leave almost all of it out. You will thank me later. I had insecurities. You will have insecurities. So many writer out there who's doubting their ability to actually sit down and tell a story. I'm telling you, I got your back on this. Writers change the world, folks. Change the world. As much as you might need a class from me, I and the rest of the publishing world and the world in general, we need you a lot more. I'm David Baldacci, and this is my masterclass.
So as you can see, he writes every night. He works on his creative assets every night between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So you need to find your own way of how will you create your own assets. And this module is the only module that will help you to do that. Use it for your own benefit. This is your opportunity. You will get credit for it. I want you to create your own creative assets. Okay, that's super important. Why? Because super successful people, they take a long-term view. You need to think in terms of decades. Jeff Bezos does that. You need to think in terms of decades, really long-term. You need to develop smart systems of creative work and carve out time to create your own assets. And this will make everything enjoyable, profitable in the long term. But on the other hand, strugglers, they live from project to project, deadline to deadline. They are always too busy. They are exhausted, demoralized. They are depleted. You don't want to be a struggler. You want to be an achiever in the long term. How do you do that? Choose niches, areas that you really want to make a difference. Invest in your talents, build on your strengths, use your talents, and try to create your own creative assets. Work on your creative assets every day. Remember, creating your own assets is a marathon game. It is a decade-long game. What you need to start right now. You need to create your own game. Which game will be your game? Think about that. In this game, you will navigate blue oceans. You will carve out your own niche, create your own category, and be the master in that category. That way, you will own that category in the long term. So you will compound yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your assets over the long term. Think of your assets in 5-year terms. After 5 years, where will you be? After 10 years, where will you be? After 15 years, where will you be? I want you to establish your game starting today in this module. This is your opportunity to kickstart this. Okay? So focus on your creative assets, not your career ladder. Why? Because the career ladder is broken. So if you are a creator, you can create your own assets out of thin air and imagination. So you use imagination and hard work, and let's say you create a book, or you create a YouTube channel, or you create a podcast. These are all about your imagination. So use it to the fullest. What will you create? For example, you can write a book, or you can create artwork and sell on Etsy, or you can create an app or a music album. You can create your fashion brand. What do you wish to create? Think about that. Or you can create your YouTube channel or a podcast or your own blog. Okay, so try out multiple of them and see which one feels best. And think of each of these as a long-term experiment. You will keep learning, okay? You will keep creating. Let's say you establish your YouTube channel. You need to create a huge volume of work. And don't expect short-term results. At first, nobody will watch you, okay? You need to create at least 300 videos on YouTube. The same with Medium. Let's say you started your own blog on Medium. You need to create at least 300 articles on Medium in order to build your own audience. This takes time, okay? This takes years, but you need to invest in it. So in the long term, you will thank yourself because you will reach thousands of people, perhaps millions of people, and you will make a positive impact, influence in many lives. The more influential you are, the more money you will make in the long term. Okay? So forget the career ladder. I don't say you quit your job or stop applying for jobs. No, work full time, just like David Baldacci. He is a full-time lawyer, but still he has written 40 books. Okay, so you can still make it if you focus on creating your own creative assets every day. Do it every day. So these creative assets will be very rewarding and profitable in the long run, and they will be great fun as well. There are different types of creative assets: creative work, artwork, social assets, reputation, brands, online assets such as podcasts, blogs, websites, mail lists. Your mailing list is an asset. Your social media profile is an asset. Let's say you established a brand on Instagram. That is your asset. Or you established a TikTok profile and you keep dancing on TikTok. That is your asset. Or your presence on WeChat. That is your asset. Okay? So you can work on these as well. Think about intellectual assets, intellectual property, or systemic assets, such as a new business model, your own enterprise, let's say, your own products, services, your own company. What will you create? Think about that. So we need to keep creating, keep doing it every day. So you need to start doing it, and start doing it right now, and share whatever you have with the world right now. Don't wait to create the perfect thing. If you want to create something perfect, you will never create it. You need to start right now with small steps to make it happen. For example, establishing your YouTube channel. It takes 5 minutes to do it. Don't think about it hard. Don't make it hard on yourself. Make it easy. Start it right away. Establish your YouTube channel right away. Establish your podcast right away. Don't think too hard. Don't plan too much. Your job is to take action right now. So what I want from you, start creating your asset right now. There is a golden rule on this. It is called 5 seconds rule by Mel Robbins. If you act on it in 5 seconds, you will do it. But if you don't act in 5 seconds, then you will lose it. Why? Because you will create a lot of excuses. So you need to act on your dreams immediately and start it right now. After our class is finished, take an action. Whatever you wish to do, start doing it. Okay? And you need to share it with the world immediately. Don't wait. You will keep improving along the way. Remember, this is a long-term process. The earlier you start, the better. Here's a great example. Joe Rogan. He created his own podcast. He created more than 4,000 episodes. And he reached millions of people through these podcasts. He created high-quality content, and he reached millions of people. Then what happened? He signed a deal with Spotify, and he signed a deal of $100 million with Spotify. So if you create a lot of volume, high quality volume in your work, you will be also discovered on the internet, and you will also make millions. But this is a long-term game. Okay, you need to trust me on this. Start small, do it every day. Don't break the chain. And think of this as a 5-year game or a 10-year game. But you need to do it for yourself. Do it immediately. Okay? Here's another example, YouTubers. Right now, these are the highest paid YouTubers. Ryan Kedge, he is about 9 years old. He's a kid. He reviews toys on YouTube, and he's the most paid, highest paid YouTuber in the world. He makes more than $26 million on YouTube. And you can see the others, Dude Perfect, Preston, PewDiePie, and others. And as you can see, each of these make at least 10 million. So This is a long-term game. If you establish your YouTube channel, you can make money, yes, but this is a long-term game. Perhaps not in the first year. You can make money in your second year. Okay, you need to reach 1,000 people to make money on YouTube. So if you reach 1,000 people on your channel, they subscribe to you, then and they watch your channel, then you start making money. Okay, but this is again a long-term game. You need to establish your own game. I want you to consider which game you will be playing. Okay, so this is my message to you. Treat 2021 as the year of asset creation. You will be creating your own assets throughout this year. Okay, let's make a deal, and this is our deal. And you have time until August 26th. I want your portfolios back on August 26th, right? Until that time, you have lots of months, right? You have like 6 months or more. So that is a great time. That means you can kickstart these experiments. You can, let's say, start your YouTube channel right away, and you can make 100 videos on YouTube, for example, in 6 months. Or you can start your Medium blog, write every 2 or 3 days, and then you can publish tens of articles until summer, and document your progress, document your learning. Okay, at first you will fail. I want you to fail early. Okay, nobody will watch your videos, let's say. Nobody will listen to your podcast. Nobody will read your blog. Continue your journey. Don't quit. Okay, continue producing every day. For example, I'm writing on Medium. I always write every day, at least for 15 minutes. That's my rule. Okay, do it for 15 minutes minimum every day. Even if I'm really busy, I'm ill, I still write, put my writing on Medium every day, at least 15 minutes. And on some days, I write for 2 hours even. Okay, so do it consistently every day, whatever you do. Okay, and consistently repeat this experiment over the next couple of months. So here are lessons from my own journey. How did I start my own journey of asset creation? I started 1 year before. Okay, I'm a novice. I'm experimenting. I'm new to this. Okay, I'm just starting my journey, and I'm inviting you to join me in this journey. So what happened? I started writing on Medium. Medium is a blogging platform. There are more than 100 million people reading Medium. It's a huge platform. I started writing there. I started writing regularly during the lockdown in last March. So towards the end of March, I started writing every day or every 2 days or every 3 days, something like that, on Medium. I wrote consistently. Okay, so what happened? As you can see here, I published 100 articles in July. Okay, I started to write every day or every 2 days. In July, I wrote until July, yeah, I wrote 100 articles, and you can click on the link to learn about my journey. What did I learn after I published 100 articles? In September, I reached 150 articles. You can see my lesson. My lessons changed. Click on them to read more and learn about my journey. Okay. In December, I reached 200 articles, as you can see. Click on the link to learn about my journey again. And in January, I reached 222 articles. And again, you can click on the link to learn about my journey. And in February, I published almost 250 articles in February. So I will write another article in the upcoming days, what I learned from publishing 250 articles on Medium. You will see that, okay? But I keep creating a lot of content, a lot of articles. And the good thing is that each of these articles can make money on their own for the long term. So each of these articles is like an investment. Imagine that I opened a shop, a digital content shop. I wrote about this in this article you can read. Invest in your Medium content shop. Imagine that this is my Medium content shop, okay? So it is like a small business. Imagine about that. There are 250 articles on my shelves, okay? Imagine that this is my digital store. People, readers are customers. They come, read my articles. If they enjoy, they spend more time reading my articles. Whenever they spend more time reading my articles and they enjoy the content that I create, then I make more money. The more they read each of these articles, the more I make money, okay? So think of it as a small business. Right now, I have 250 articles on my shelves, okay? I'm selling it, okay? And the more people read and spend time in my shop, the more I make money. But this is a long-term game. Imagine that I will continue my journey until 2030. I just started it. It has been less than 1 year, okay? I'm just at the start of my journey. But I will do it in the next 10 years. My goal is to reach 2,000 articles eventually. So if you write consistently, grow it for a decade, you will be like Walmart. People will read your articles, learn. You will inspire a lot of people around the world. Even when you are sleeping, these articles will act like soldiers. They will make money for you, okay? So in this era of the internet, you need to keep creating your own digital content and assets. Each of these assets, content pieces, they act as a soldier. They make money for you, okay? For example, this one, I published it on Startup just a couple of days ago. 4 universal principles to create your content empire. You can click on the link to learn more. Let's say you want to establish your own digital content empire. How do you do that? How did I do that? I tell my own story in this link. Click on the link, learn more. But this story, it has itself made more than $10 in just a few days, okay? So the more people are interested in your storytelling, the more you will make money on the internet. So I'm just at the start of my journey, okay? I'm just a new writer. For example, you can see my earnings here. During January, I made $69, yeah? Nearly $70 during January. Small amounts, but still, I mean, and in December, I made $59. As you can see, it keeps increasing. In the upcoming months, I am expecting to reach $100 each month. And next year, at this time, I expect to reach at least maybe $200 next year, okay? Because I will grow my audience. And in a couple of years, I'm confident that I will reach like $500 a month, okay? So this will keep growing and growing and growing year by year, day by day, okay? So that's how you should think about creating your own digital assets in this day and age, okay? So you need to establish your own personal brand and content on the internet. For example, I had written this article on GPT-3, okay? I became interested in this new technology. This is a new technology, brand new technology that emerged in August. I became really interested in this. What is this GPT-3? It is so crucial that it is transforming many white-collar jobs as we know it. I became really curious. I'm not a technical person. I just became curious. I read more and more, and I have written my own views on this topic, okay? And as you can see here, I published it on August 25, okay? Last August, at the end of August, almost September. And as you can see, in just 6 months, this was viewed more than 3,700 times, okay? Almost 4,000 views. and it has made more than $61. Just this article. Okay, there was a lot of interest for this. Okay, the more people read, the more this article will continue making more money. Okay, so this is just the beginning. It has been just less than 6 months. It is less than 6 months, right? So this will keep growing. Why? Because GPT-3 will be even more popular in the next year or so, in the next few years. People will want to learn more and more on GPT-3. And as I learned about this and has written about this, whenever somebody Googles GPT-3, they will come to my article, they will read it. And whenever they click on my article and read it, I will continue making money in the next months and years. So this is my asset. You see how assets work? Whenever you produce something useful, inspiring for people out there, the more people you help, the more money you make. Okay? So if you create tens of articles like these, some of them will go viral and you will make a lot of money eventually. But this is a long-term game, remember that. But I'm hoping this article by itself, it will make hundreds of dollars. I'm sure of it, because that's the trend. And it will continue to be clicked and read in the upcoming years. So this is an investment. I invested in this. You need to do the same. You need to invest some time to create your own assets. And I want you to do that in this module. There won't be any other module in your journey. This is just the only module where you will have the opportunity to create your own digital assets. Okay, this is your opportunity. This is your moment. Do it. Grab the opportunity. Do it now. Okay. So here are my statistics. Monthly, I reach more than 21,000 views in a month, but it keeps growing every month. It will get better. And here are my stories. As you can see, this was from a couple of days ago. I published 244 articles on Medium. I will publish 250th article in the upcoming days. Okay, and you can see the drafts. I have more than exactly 474 drafts, as you can see. That means whenever I have a new idea, I give it a title. I start typing it up immediately. I don't wait. So as you can see, I never run out of ideas. I have so many ideas. I have created, as you can see, nearly 500 new article ideas. And I will be publishing them in the upcoming days or months or years. Okay? So I will never get finished with these ideas. I will never run out of ideas. I have so many of them. And I believe I will have thousands of more ideas in the upcoming months because I keep learning. I keep getting excited. Whenever I'm excited, I want to teach it to people. That's why I publish these articles. I want to teach it immediately. I want to share it with the world. I want to share my excitement, my lessons. Whenever I'm inspired, let's say I watch a new movie or I read a new book, I immediately write about it. Okay, so that's why I have so many ideas. You need to do the same and keep creating your own assets. Here's another journey. I created my YouTube channel just last year. Okay, my channel, you can click on it. Unfortunately, many of the videos are in Turkish. Okay, not many of them are in English. Some of them are in English. You can find them if you click, but many of them are in Turkish. But it is just 1 year. But you will see I already created more than 100 videos on YouTube. Okay, but I will continue and try to create at least 500 videos on my channel. And this is my other channel. I do it with a friend. We record our Skype conversations. We do these on Skype or on Zoom. We do these meetings, weekly meetings, and then we immediately broadcast them live, and then we publish them. We publish these videos. And following this method, again, there are more than 100 videos on this channel. So right now, none of these channels make any money, but I'm hoping perhaps next year or the year after that, this is an investment, okay? And I'm confident that in a couple of years, it will make a lot of money. Okay? Why? Because I'm passionate about it. I love doing it. And I never run out of ideas. I will be creating like thousands of videos. You know, I know it. I love it. So the more you love doing it, then eventually you will be discovered. People will love your enthusiasm. As people will click and learn, they will discover you. But this is, remember, this is a long-term journey. I don't get discouraged. You know, I haven't made even a dime, a cent on YouTube. But I continue my journey because I love doing it. That's how you should treat this. You know, treat this as a 5-year investment. You need to think in terms of 5 years or 10 years. Where will you be in 5 years? In 5 years, this will make a lot of money. Okay. In 10 years, it will grow even more. So my recommendation, if you want to become an entrepreneur, one of the best things today, you need to establish your YouTube channel. That's one of the best actions that you can do for your future. Another example, I published my own book, Self-Making Studio. I talked about it, remember? I love doodling every day. So I doodle every day, and I do it automatically for 20 minutes or so every day. I try to doodle. So I did it for 1 year. And then when I looked, I had more than 300 doodles. So I turned them into exercises and I turned them into a book. And I published this on Amazon. And right now, this is my asset, okay? This book is sold in 16 different countries around the world. So people are discovering, learning, and the more they discover this book, the more from each purchase, I also make money, okay? So this book is an asset for me. So you need to do the same. How can you keep creating your own assets? The same with audiobooks, let's say. You can go to Audible on Amazon. These audiobooks are huge right now. You can create your own audiobook, and then you will make a lot of sales in the long term, okay? Think of creating your own assets in this way, okay? Whatever you're passionate about, share it with the world immediately. Do not wait. So my promise to you, I'm declaring it, okay? I will be creating alongside you, okay? Our job is to keep creating our own creative assets. That's how I will do it. So I promise to you, I will work very hard to kickstart my second book. My goal is to create my second book during the course of this module, okay? And another promise, I will also write a new Medium article every day or every 2 days, okay? So I'm promising to you, that means I will be accountable to you. So please check me on my progress. You can ask me, you can email me. What did you do for your book, Fahri? Or what did you, like, let's say you check out my Medium profile, okay? If I don't publish anything for 3 days, let's say I don't publish any new article in 3 days, then please send me an email. Check on me. Why didn't you publish, Fahri, your new articles? Yeah, keep me accountable. Be harsh, question me, okay? Because I want to keep creating. And I want to keep you accountable as well in your journey. You also need to work on creating your own articles or your own assets, okay? So if you do this, until August, you will have your own YouTube channel or podcast or your own projects. You will make a lot of progress on these. Here's a puzzle. He quit his job, decided to travel the world. Every day he created 1-minute travel inspiration videos. He did this for 1,000 days non-stop. Who is he? He's Nas Daily. I think you know him. So let's look at his journey and how he did it.
I hope this video changes your life, because what I'm about to share with you changed my life. See, when I look back at all the success I've had in the past 3 years, from traveling to making videos to making money, I realized that I succeeded mainly because of one thing. And that one thing is deadlines. Deadlines are the single most important thing in my life, and here is why. Let's say you want to write a book and you have no deadline. The first day you write a little bit. The second day you write a little bit more. And because you have unlimited time, you keep working day by day on that book. And after many days, you lose interest, you never finish, and never publish. This is the classic case of giving up. I had that too all the time. But you will be amazed by how much a strict deadline can change your life. The first day you write a few words, and the second day you write a bit more. But because you have to finish a book by the third day, you work your ass off to write as much as possible before the deadline. And just like that, you have written a perfectly good book and published it. 3 years ago, I set a deadline for myself, 24 hours. Every day, I forced myself to make one video, like this one, from beginning to end. So by 9 a.m. the next day, I need to publish a video. This is how I was able to create 1,000 videos in 1,000 days. That's 1,000 days! I never broke the deadline, not even once, no matter what. It was hard, it was painful. I don't want to make a single one more video. But because of that, back 1 minute. I found success. And I'm going to be honest with you, without a strict deadline, I would have taken weeks to finish one video. The quality would not have improved, and I would have eventually quit. Remember, we had this agreement where if you died, or if one of my family members died, God forbid, by law, I still have to make a video in 24 hours.
Yeah, you would keep making videos even after you die. But I think it's really good that you have deadlines. You love deadlines.
That's true. I love deadlines. I love deadlines.
Okay, I'll stop here. You can watch the rest. But you see, he doesn't break the chain. He does it every day. And I want the same from you. You know, whatever you do, try to invest and do something every day. Even 15 minutes is fine. You know, but do it every day consistently. Don't break the chain. Do it regularly. And never wait for inspiration. Why? Because it's not coming. So you need to put your hard work, and then inspiration will follow you. Okay. So you need to start working whether you feel like it or not. Imagine that there's a deadline. You have to do it. For example, sometimes I'm really tired. I don't want to write on Medium, but I force myself. I have a rule. I have to write at least 15 minutes every day. I force myself, even if I don't have any inspiration. I sit, I keep typing, I start a project, I work my ass off, and after 15 minutes, I get inspired. And then I keep writing more. I even write sometimes for 2 hours. Okay, so that's how you kickstart your habit. You have a positive habit, compound it, repeat it every day, so that it becomes like your second nature. So if I don't write on Medium every day, I cannot sleep that day. I have to write. Okay, so the same for your own assets. Do it consistently. Don't wait for inspiration. And seek out small victories. Small victories will give you a lot of reward, motivation, momentum. Then you will have confidence and you will have the momentum and keep your journey. Okay, and don't wait for immediate returns. Let's say nobody reads your blog. Continue the work. You need to have at least 300 pieces before you give up. Let's say you are on YouTube, you created your channel. You need to create at least 300 videos. Hang in there until you create 300 videos. The same with Medium. You started your writing journey on Medium, let's say. Write at least 300 pieces. Don't quit earlier, okay? So you will improve and learn a lot during that journey. With each article or video, you will get better and you will compound yourself, your skill, your knowledge, your assets over the long term. Remember, this is a marathon, okay? And you start right now. So here's the lesson. The biggest failures in our lives, they are not the initiatives, projects, moonshots we tried and failed. They are not failures at all. Let's say you tried something, but you failed. This is not a failure. This is an experiment. You are learning from experimentation, okay? So the biggest failures are actually not trying at all. These are failures of imagination. So that means you do not dream high enough. You do not dream big projects. You do not challenge yourself. You do not grow yourself. You do not scare yourself. Then you are stuck. You will be stuck. And that is the biggest failure. Okay? So you need to take enough risks. You need to scare yourself every day. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Force yourself. Okay? Then, even if you fail, you will keep learning and build up your assets for the long term. I know that every day I keep getting better and better and better. That's why I'm so confident. I know that I will reach like millions of people through my medium until 2030. Okay? Because I keep creating. I will have at least 2,000 articles there. And when I write my 2,000th article, I will be so much better. I have enormous respect for myself in 2030. Okay, that's why I am hoping to create a better version of myself every day and keep compounding myself for a decade. If you do it for a decade, you will reach millions of people and you will be a millionaire. That's how you become a millionaire in this day and age. So here's the takeaway. Use your semester project, course module project as the opportunity to create your own intellectual creative assets. That's your job. And you need to start right now. Your most crucial task, start your journey right now. Create your own assets. After this class is over, in 15 minutes, start creating whatever you want to create. Start doing it right now, tonight. Don't leave it until tomorrow. And do something every day, okay? And this means until August, you will make a lot of experimentation. Let's say you opened your YouTube channel. Perhaps you will have, let's say, 50 videos or 100 videos there. That's great progress. Show us your progress. Let's say you started publishing on Medium. Create your, let's say, 100 articles until August. Keep experimenting, keep learning, okay? So, and keep failing. At first, nobody will read you. Nobody will watch you. Hang in there. Keep improving. Keep coming up with new ideas, okay? That's your job. That's your biggest job in this module, okay? So that part, asset creation part, that is the biggest part of this module. Remember that. Because in this part, you will be creating your own future, your own assets. And you will use your talents, your strengths to do that. So start thinking about what you will create, okay, right now. In the next 1 minute, remember, in this module, 25% of your portfolio will come from asset creation. I wish it could be, maybe I should have allocated more points to this because it is so crucial. I think maybe I should have allocated at least 50% to this because it is, I believe this is so crucial for your future. The word limit for this part is 3,000 words, okay? And the other parts are not counted. Decide which option you will be doing. You have two options. 7i project. 7i project is where you create something fresh, new, like a YouTube channel or your own book, or you can create music or a fashion brand, a lifestyle brand, whatever you wish to create, your Medium blog, etc. If you choose 7i. If you choose entrepreneurial business proposal, then you need to establish your own enterprise, act as an entrepreneur. That means you will create a product or a service. Make it digital so you can have your online business. You don't need any capital to form up your own company today. You can create your own company if you have internet, if you have a laptop. That's it. If you have a cell phone, internet connection, and the laptop, you don't need any capital. With zero capital, you can establish your own business. You can start selling. You can learn, improve your product or your service. You can create digital contents and sell them, for example. Or you can sell from Amazon, or you can sell from Etsy, whatever. Okay, but create your digital product, digital service. You can teach online, for example. You can create your online courses, for example, whatever. You can, so think of it as a business. How will you grow it? Start creating your business, start selling right now, right away. Establish your website, establish your presence, and start selling. Start from learning from your journey. Do a lot of experimentation. If you fail, reflect on your journey. What did you learn? Failure is not important, as I said. What you learn from the journey is much more important. Okay? So which option will you be choosing? 7i or the entrepreneurship option? I want you to create some ideas. Get your notebook, please type up or write down some ideas. What would you like to create for this module? Please come up with some ideas in the next 30 seconds. Write them down. What do you wish to create? What are some of your top ideas that come to your mind? Please write them down. What do you wish to create? Write it down on your notebook. By the way, if you cannot decide, let's say, then you can do two things at a time and see which one you will do better. Try out. Let's say you want to establish a YouTube channel as well as a Medium blog. Do them both and see which one will be better for you. Which one will be, let's say, more successful. Okay, try them both. So you don't need to settle on just one thing. You can do more than one and see what happens. But remember, you need to create a huge volume to be successful. Think of this as a 1 decade journey. Okay? If you do this until 2030, then you will be rich in 2030. You will be rich. You won't need a job. Okay? And that's the way to go forward in this day and age, really. But how do you become rich today? You become rich if you create your own assets on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, or Medium, things like this. Yeah. The more you keep creating, helping other people, and reach millions of people, the more you will be rich. Okay, so treat this as a decade-long experimentation. But you'll start now. So please write down your goals. What will you do? What is your promise to yourself? Write it down. What do you wish to create until August? You need to establish at least one thing consistently. and you can create 50 pieces of work easily. You know, if you create 50 pieces of work, let's say videos, articles, then you will go somewhere. You know, you will learn a lot until August. Okay, I will stop you. Please continue this after the class because we are running out of time. I need to stop you. Sorry for that, but please spend more time after our session is over. Okay, so things to do. Please do this after our session. Start creating your ideas, write them down, write yourself a letter, for example. Do some preparation, research, reading, brainstorming. Come up with at least a dozen of ideas and bring some of these ideas to work to this next seminar next week. Okay, so please work until next week on your ideas and bring them to class. Okay. Here's another example. He loved playing games. He's a legend on Fortnite. He makes $500,000 a month by playing computer games. Who is he? His net worth is more than $20 million. He was chosen to time 100 most significant people in the world. Who is he? I think you know him already. He's Ninja, Tyler Blevins. How does he do that? He has created his own assets and he followed his passions.
Every time you're away from that console, are you making a calculation about how much money you're not making? How much money are you losing sitting here with me right now?
I mean, it's not like an absorbent amount, but it's enough to be like, dude, what are you doing?
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, definitely. That's a perfect assessment.
So he broadcasts his games.
Do you know how many hours you've streamed this year?
Fortnite alone is like 3,400 or 3,800 of Fortnite.
That's this year.
It's like 142 days of streaming.
142 days of streaming.
Of gaming and streaming, yeah.
You mentioned this happening the last year. There was, you played video games with Ellen. You danced last night with Fallon. You had this ESPN, the magazine cover,
Yes,
which
man.
for a lot of people was the wake-up call.
Right.
One of the things that blew people's mind in this article was the quote that you make $500,000 a month. I don't believe it because I believe you make a lot more than that.
On a good month.
And it was when you were making 80 or 90 a year that you decided, I can get out of college and I can quit noodles and company, right?
That was the deciding factor. Was my mom, by no means was she going to let me quit my job or drop out of school. And I say that like drop out of school. I don't even like that because I always had every intention of going back. I actually did go back when I had like an eye issue thing. My stream took a dive. But yeah, after the 80, it was like 80,000 a year. I was like, Mom, I'm doing this until, if I make less, I'll go back.
Could you be the first $10 million a year gamer?
Definitely.
But you must meet people who have no idea that people make money.
It's rare. If I had, $1 for every time I was at an airport. So what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to a tournament. Oh, what kind of a tournament? I'm like, it's a video game tournament. A video game tournament? You make money playing video games? And it's just, and I'm
play this out, and then you have to tell them there's money.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, I mean, it's simple. The gaming tournament explanation. It's just like, yeah, a bunch of people buy a team pass. That money goes into the prize pool, winner take all, usually kind of a thing. And I'm like, well, that's cool. But the streaming is the hardest part. Well, how do you make money streaming? It's like ad revenue. It's just how, there's going to be ads and commercial breaks. Those ad companies pay, the network. It's the same thing with streaming. However many people see the ads, you get money there. People can subscribe.
Primarily, you make most of your money from Twitch?
I would say about
YouTube?
Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, because it's constant, it's consistent, it's monthly.
Would you say 40% comes from Twitch? 40% comes from YouTube?
60% is from both.
From both?
Maybe like 70.
Okay.
And then like brand deals.
Which leaves 30, and that's Red Bull and other sponsors.
It's really simple, man. That it's like, hey, do you subscribe to magazine or Spotify, anything like that? It's like it's the same thing. You just want to give someone support. My favorite reference is a guy on the street who's just playing the violin. He literally is not expected to get no money. No one's saying, hey, go.
A couple bucks and
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
exactly. Well, if you enjoy it a lot, sometimes people throw like 20s and 5s. It's the same thing.
But you have a big violin case.
Absolutely.
So This is the new era. You can learn more about his success story. But this is how you build yourself in the digital world. This is how you build your assets. Do the thing that you love doing. I don't say that you need to quit your job. No, never. Continue your job, but you need to turn yourself into a hero in the evenings or in the weekends, during the weekends. Okay, do something that you love doing, and keep learning. Share your excitement with the world. Help other people. Inspire other people. That's how you get rich and you become happy in this day and age. Okay, so you can learn more about Ninja's success story, but please choose which one you will be doing and start working on your asset creation right now. Okay, document it for your portfolio, which is in August 26th. The second half, you will do it yourself, but in the second half, there are 11 weekly challenges. You will do them each week, okay? The first one, you will write a story using these following words: pepper, fashion, journey, chaos, lawyer, bird, disgust, and dancing. Write a story using these, and then you will illustrate this story. Create like a storyboard, comic story. So this is week 1. Week 2, imagine you are given an 8th secret day of the week. Let's say after Sunday, there is a secret day called Fun Day. What would you do on this day? You will document that, okay, in week 2. You can read the details. In week 3, you can do this in Norwich or in your own city. You will take your cell phone and pay attention to doors. Take photos of 12 different doors and tag them, give them creative titles, and then you will write a story about one of these doors opening to your childhood. Create a childhood memory, okay? In week 4, you will engage in a photographic treasure hunt. Choose 8 of the images. If you are at UEA campus, you can catch a UEA bunny, for example, or you can replace it with something else. You can try to photograph an animal in the clouds, your reflection on a glass, etc. 8 of them, okay? And you will create a mood board, vision board using these. Challenge 5, you will meet yourself from an alternative parallel universe. Imagine that you come across yourself in a cafe in London, you are shocked, you start talking. What happens next? Describe the other you living in a parallel universe. Okay, so this is week 5. Week 6, you will create 2 maps. One, a map of the unknown continent of the heart, and then a map of unknown continent of the mind. And reflect on these. In challenge 7, you respond to these questions. Let's say you will live for 120 years. You need to choose 4 careers. What would you like to do? Imagine them, write them down, etc. In challenge 8, you will respond to these questions. If I didn't have to do it perfectly, what would you do? Come up with 10 answers. The same with risks. A risk that I would love to take is what? Come up with 10 risks and explain them. In challenge 9, week 9, you will reflect on your biggest failures in your life. In the first part, work-related, entrepreneurship, professional career, academic life, school. So revisit your failures. What did you learn from them? And take out some lessons. In the second half, you revisit creativity and arts. Okay, creativity and arts fields, each of them, music, dance, etc. How did you fail? What can you learn? And in challenge 10, I'm finishing, you will write 2 letters. The first one, you imagine you are 80 years old. The second one, imagine you are just 8 years old, a child. So you will write 2 letters to yourself, imagining these, okay? And the last one, you will create 6 fantasy adventures, 1 from each of these links, okay? The first one, a virtual reality. The second one, space. The third one, a fantasy universe, such as Harry Potter or Game of Thrones. The fourth one, history. You go to history, such as ancient Egypt. The fifth one, you go to the future. And the last one, you go to another country, another culture, and create an adventure. So you will write 6 short stories. Okay? Out of these 11 challenges, you will attach 2 of them to your coursework. Okay? But do them every week and see which ones you love best. Okay? So thank you very much. I will see you in the lecture. Thanks a lot. For those of you who haven't got the QR code, here is the code. Thank you very much. I will see you in our lecture. And thank you for your attention. Great to have you in my module. Good evening, everyone. Good night. Bye-bye.